Today marks the release of the August USDA World Agricultural Supply and Demand Report, otherwise known as the WASDE. Heading into the report, the focus has definitely been on yields based off the current cropping conditions and the pre-report estimates, signaling an increase in production this year. But like we mentioned heading into the report, demand could easily offset production. So taking a look at the key changes, first we wanted to look at the yields and how they came in. The corn yield is estimated at 165 bushels per acre. That's up from the July estimate of 163.5. Within the average trade guess of 162 to 167.4, we were looking for about a 165 to 166, so it is on the lower end, but relatively moderate going forward. Soybean yields came in at 44 bushels per acre. That's up from at the upper end of the average trade guess of 42 to 44 bushels per acre, and up from the July report of 42.9 bushels per acre. As for wheat, wheat production also increased after a stronger than expected harvest for winter wheat and spring and durum. The USDA estimated wheat yield increased to 46.9 bushels per acre. That's up from 45.9 bushels per acre. So now we'll overview some of the other key changes to the balance sheets. Looking at corn production is an estimated 13.365 billion bushels within the average trade expectations of 13.12 to 13.53 billion bushels. Corn yields and production are at record levels this year as if achieved. However, demand is outpacing the stronger production prospects. Old crop ending stocks slash the carry-in is projected at 52 million bushels lower, reflecting higher than expected exports, corn use for sweeteners and starch, and a small reduction to imports for that 09-10 cropping season. As for the 2010-2011 balance sheet, domestic corn use rose 30 million bushels, reflecting higher use for sweeteners and starch. Exports are projected 100 million bushels higher on tighter foreign supplies of wheat, and coarse grains raise the prospects of U.S. corn shipments. So despite the higher production, ending stocks are projected down 61 million bushels at 1.3 billion, the lowest level in 4 years, but within the trade expectations. Corn stocks to use is the lowest since 2003 to 2004 and the third lowest since 1975. Looking at soybeans, production is an estimated 3.433 billion bushels at the upper end of the trade estimates and 88 million bushels higher than July. Soybeans are now at a record yield at 44 bushels per acre and a record production level. As for demand, exports were raised 65 million bushels to that 1.435 billion. The sharp increase reflects the strong exports pace that we touched on earlier yesterday, and a reduction of the soybean stocks in South America, as well as larger forecasted imports by China on the global market. Soybean ending stocks are projected at 360 million bushels. That's unchanged from last month and within the trade estimates. Finally, the wheat market was prepared for lower supplies, but the picture may be brighter than earlier anticipated. Wheat production increased to 2.265 billion bushels, slightly higher than the pre-report trade estimates based on those higher yield prospects. As for demand, feed and residual use was lowered 10 million bushels as rising values of the price of wheat have priced wheat out of feed rations. As for exports, they are projected 200 million bushels higher with the declines in foreign production, particularly in the former Soviet Union, reducing global supplies and bringing competitiveness back to the U.S. market, into those key markets which are the Middle East and Africa. U.S. ending stocks for wheat are projected 141 million bushels lower. That's down nearly 12%, the biggest decrease of the three grains this month, down to 952 million bushels and down 21 million bushels from 2009-2010. The average wheat price is expected to rise 50 cents per bushel on both ends of the range for wheat going forward. Looking at the global wheat picture, world wheat imports and exports were reduced sharply as tighter supplies and higher prices will reduce the consumption globally. Global wheat production fell sharply by 15.3 million tons based on those reductions in Russia and the European Union. Russia was lowered 8 million metric tons, Kazakhstan lowered 2.5, Ukraine down 3 million metric tons, and the European Union down 4.3 million metric tons. So as you can see looking at the chart, there is a sharp reduction this year versus last. Global ending stocks are projected down 12.3 million tons at 174.8 million tons. World stocks are still 49.9 million tons higher than the 2007-2008 year when prices soared to record levels.